All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, one of the major flaws in the game was the game did not stop when your lives got to 0. You guys with me on that? So we need to stop the game and say game over when you get to 0. So I'm going to quickly go out here to the internet and get a game over. All you have to do is type in game over and go to images, and guess what you find? There's a good one right there. There's a good one. Game over. That's a good one. Game over. Thank you for playing. Whoa. You guys see anything on here you like? How about this one? It's kind of fun. You guys like this one? Okay, so I'm going to go to View Image, right click, Save Image as, put that into my documents. All right, so there you go. I've got game over, and I'm going to load that into my screen. So I'm going to go to screen, background image. And if you guys didn't notice that, I put all my images on my screen and I put everything else as a mirror. So I did background image none and background color is none. That means it went to a piece of glass. And you guys can see that my words and everything. Where's game over at? What? I wonder why I can't see it. That's interesting. Oh, because it's a web page. That's a problem. That ain't gonna work. View image. Right click. Save image as. It's a web file. Do you guys see that? Not the right file. So, what does that mean? That one won't work. Okay. So let's go back up here. Game over in hearts. That's kind of cool. Right click, save image as. See if it goes as a PNG. There you go. It goes in as a PNG. You save it. Okay. MIT. I'm going to go to screen 1, background image, upload, choose a file. Game over. There it is. And hit OK. Come on. All right, so I'm going to go back here and kind of show you what I did. All right. Okay. I forgot to hit record. So I did a couple things here. We put in this if block. We found out where the lives was being subtracted, which is, by the way, over here in score. You're going to keep score. And here you're figuring out if you hit a good sprite. If you hit a sprite that was in the flowers, you get 10 points, which I hate when they do this. That's backwards to me, and I don't like it. Points is equal to points plus 10. You're going to play the hummingbird. And then if you get hit by a bee, then you lose lives. So what we do is we just take this little if block and put it underneath lives equal lives minus 1. Are you with me? And then we shut down things we want to shut down. What do we want to shut down? Well, I'm going to turn the clock off. Clock animate.timer enabled to false. Turn it off. I'm going to go to clock move sprite timer enabled. Turn it off. Don't allow them to move the player. Okay. I'm going to shut down the entire canvas so that you can't see any more sprites. Okay. You don't want to see the flowers and the birds and the bees anymore. Okay. Or I don't know. Maybe you do. I didn't. So I shut down the whole canvas playing field so they really knew the game was over. And then I did this really cool thing where I'm going to go to screen 1 background and I'm going to put in this game over sign. So that's going to come up in Flash and say game over when the clock ends. Okay? And that will get reset. I'll show you here in a second. The hummingbird sound stops, the bee sound stops, the player cricket stop, and then I display score. Okay? Actually, I think display score needs to be right here. Because even if you get points or don't get points, you need to display score at the end. Yeah, that's right. All right. So here I am, display score. I took that display score out and I created a procedure with it. So you go up here to procedures, you do a to do, and then you just go in here and you call display my score. Okay. And then I took all this code out up here and I drag it into this box here. Okay, or here, whichever one you want. Okay. Why do I wanted to do that? Because when I go over to my reset game, I want to display the score again without writing code for it. This is like taking your cell phone number and putting it into your contacts list so you never have to dial that number again. Okay? Does anyone really even know cell phone numbers nowadays? No. I remember when I was in high school, I had 20, 30 people's phone number at home memorized. I could just go to my cell phone and I could go call Eddie, and you know, Eddie was 867-1119, something like that. It's probably close to what it was. Okay. So we all memorize phone numbers. Well, we don't memorize phone numbers anymore, right? Because our cell phone does it. So this is like memorizing this, and now you don't have to call it anymore. So now we go over here to reset game, and this is what we've talked about. You have to have a way of resetting the game. So what I did is, since we had an accelerometer in our game, I knew we had an accelerometer in our game because we were tilting the bird to move left and right, and we were tilting the flowers to move left and right. So that accelerometer was controlling the tilt of the game. Who knew that? Yeah, we all did. So I'm just going to use this accelerometer to start and reset my game. Now, all this block of code was in screen initialize. So I took it out of screen initialize, that starts the game. I put it in start reset my game. And then I let screen initialize start reset game. And then I'm going to shake my accelerometer when the game's over. I'm going to shake it, and I'm going to reset the game so I can play again. Okay, and we probably need to give them a note somewhere, maybe at the beginning of the game, that says, hey, when the game's over, shake the screen to reset game. Or we could have a note that says, shake app to play again. You know what I mean? We could put a note on the front page. But since we're not selling this, we're probably not going to do it. And you and I are the programmers. We know the code, so we're just going to know we got to shake it. So then I go through this whole start reset game, and you basically just think through it like this. Anything you turn off, you have to turn back on. Anything you turn off, you have to turn back on. Okay, so I go over there and everything I turned off. The move main sprites timer enabled true. My screen background image I set to mountains. My canvas playing field now was turned off. It's now turned back on. Oh, there's another clock in here, isn't there? Where's my other clock at? I need another clock in here, don't I? The clock animate is not turned on. Now it is. Okay, so I turn the clock animate back on. The flowers and the bees will start to fall again. I can move my player again. The player speed is set. Do you think we ought to set the time interval for the animate? What was the time interval for animate? Do we know? I don't know what it was. It's not up there. Wait, what's this? No. Huh. All right, let's go look at see what clock animate is. Clock animate is set at time interval 3. What? Was it really set at 3? Wonder why that's so fast. Okay, so this says it's set to 3. Okay. Screen background image is set to mountains. We got rid of that game over sign. Canvas playing field is visible as true. Global lives is 5. Global points is set to 0. We're going to display the score so you see both of these. And then you can start the sounds. And that's it. Okay? So we got all that by just thinking about, hey, I'm going to set my lives to be 0 and end the game. Well, guess what comes when you end the game? Coupled with ending the game is also, hey, I got to replay it. I got to replay the game again. So you reset the game. All right? So all that code today was generated from one thought that said, hey, I need to end the game when my lives go to 0. What else do we get with it? Hey, I want to replay the game. All right? Keep calm and code on, and hopefully this one recorded. It did. And that's it for PicturePool.